welcome to the show. My name is Paula Fiscal, and my show runs on SF Commons Channel 29 on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. You may also catch the shows on YouTube. Just put in the Paula Fiscal Show and remember to subscribe, and you will get notifications of all of my guests. And we have a special guest today for those of you that are interested in something that's very popular right now, and that is eating well. Miss Sharon Lee is a chef, and she is a graduate of the Cordon Bleu School Academy. And right now, she's also working with students at John O'Connell School. So welcome, Miss Chef Lee. And your business, of course, let us mention that, is The Spot for Fine Dining. And we also have in the studio with us, welcome, the official taster, and his name is Sonny Francis, and he has his own show here on SF Commons also. It's called The Domino Theory, and he tells me he's very qualified to be the official taster because he hails from New Orleans himself. So welcome, Sonny.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here, and of course to taste some of Sharon's wonderful cooking.
So Chef Sharon Lee, you're on.
Hello, today I have a sample plate of salmon, and I have 3 different types of sauces. One is a ginger barbecue sauce, the other one is a white barbecue sauce, and there's also a lemon dill garlic sauce. Today we will have a pasta, which is an orzo pasta, and we have some baked pork chops to be tasted with the ginger barbecue sauce. So I'm going to start plating for Sonny.
That really looks terrific.
Thank you so much.
And so, Sonny, you said that you hail from New Orleans?
Yeah, I've been in San Francisco for quite a while, but the New Orleans cuisine has stuck with me, and I really like Creole food. When I go back to visit the family during the holidays, it's really a treat because the food is good. Yeah.
And Chef Lee,
Yes.
we want to thank you once again for bringing in the sampling and the tasting. We spoke about this on the show when you were here originally. We were honoring you as one of our educational leaders. And once again, you are starting a program for youth?
Yes, I am. I am starting a culinary program named the Berlin Irish Culinary Program, and it's for youth from the ages of 7 to 17 years old, and it's to teach them the basic culinary arts, food, safety, and sanitation, along with knife skills. It's a life skill program for the up-and-coming generation.
That sounds like a really, really good program, and we could all use that. I think that when we spoke about the classes previously, we were talking about maybe you were going to do something for adults.
Yes, one of the programs that I would like to integrate in is for incarcerated mothers with their children to learn about healthy eating and nutritional values, to have a life skill that can also not only support their kids but better their health as far as their eating habits.
That's a very good idea, and especially right now, we need to concentrate a little bit more on what we eat, when we eat, and the Healthy Foods Initiative that First Lady Michelle Obama has been working on.
Yes.
I believe it's making an impact, don't you?
Quite a bit. I think that, as you said, the First Lady has stepped out there and really taken a forefront in nutritional value as far as young people are concerned. And thank you very much, Sharon.
You're very
When
welcome.
I was coming up in New Orleans, we eat a lot of spicy foods, which is not necessarily good for you, but it tastes good. So we have a lot of what we would call not obese, but sort of semi-obese people. And when you get young people in that stage is not very healthy. So I commend you on your efforts to educate people as far as their eating habits are concerned. It sounds like a wonderful program.
Yeah, it's a difficult time for, especially if you don't have a lot of money to prepare good food, to feed your children, to feed your family. So I think it's important that we have an ability to go to classes such as the ones you're going to be preparing and putting together for our kids. I remember when my son was small, he loved to cook. He loved to cook, and he still loves to cook to this day. And every time there's an opportunity for him to barbecue, that's his thing. He's just right on it, right on the barbecue. So we have the first plate here, and it is going to be the salmon, the risotto, the shrimp with the white barbecue sauce.
Yes.
Now, on the other show, we spoke about this white barbecue sauce, and it was, as we say in the trade, very enticing, and we were looking forward to tasting it, and at least I was, because I had never heard of white barbecue sauce before. Is it similar to a hollandaise?
It's not quite. Hollandaise is made with raw eggs, and this is a mayo-based product, and so it's not quite as I would say as heavy as an hollandaise sauce. Very, very delightful and flavorful. You can serve it on fish or chicken. That's my preference. You can also serve it on other types of meat, pork, but I prefer it on chicken and fish.
And this is actually part of your menu that you put together for weddings and family celebrations?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's part of my appetizer menu as far as even my entree menu.
You say it's good on chicken, it's good on salmon.
Yes, yes.
Is it good on pork?
It's very good on pork. Matter of fact, it's even good on a beef brisket.
Beef brisket.
And beef brisket.
Now let's hear a few words from our official taster, Sonny.
I think this is absolutely fantastic. The salmon is wonderful and the sauce is good. My question to you is, how long have you been cooking?
I have been cooking since the age of 8 years old.
Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
And what brought that about?
Well, actually, my mom used to work, and my dad. And so I have 3 other sisters that I am the oldest. I have 3 young siblings. And it started out with me learning how to make pizza bread. And we also started out, I started out experimenting on making cookies. And one day I accidentally made me some tea cakes. And
you say you accidentally made them?
I made some tea cakes, you know. I mixed up a batch, and I went outside, and I had a brown paper bag, and all the kids in the neighborhood used to come and to our home. And so I came outside, and it just seemed like all the children that day just could smell the cookies, and they came to the lawn. And I've always been one that kids always had to act a certain way. And so it ended up that they all was sitting down in a circle, and I was passing out cookies. And at that point in time, I had a whole host of friends from the neighborhood as far as known as baking cookies.
Oh, if I can interject here, the salmon is one of the best I've ever tasted. The texture is exactly right.
Yeah.
It is not overcooked. It's flaky. It's tasty. And the sauce that's on top of the salmon enhances the salmon. It doesn't steal from the salmon. And I think that's really important when we're eating, and particularly since we're the official tasters here. So do you want to talk a little bit about the risotto now?
The orzo pasta.
It's orzo. Sorry.
It's an orzo pasta. I started learning how to make this many years ago, and I was very, very fascinated by it because it had a rice look, and So it's been one of my favorite dishes to make. It could take the place of a rice pilaf. It's light. It's delightful looking on a plate, and it's very popular in the community of people that I serve.
It certainly is a very good-looking grain. Wouldn't you say, Sonny?
I would absolutely say so. Where do you shop for salmon like this?
I go to.
And I don't want to give any commercials, but where did you get this?
Where did I get that? I went to one of my distributors and handpicked it.
Okay, right. Yeah, because I very seldom see stuff like this in Safeway or any of those stores.
Right.
So the trick is to have a private distributor that will allow you to hand pick it.
Yes.
Okay, moving right along. Let's also find out a little bit about that side. Is that a glazed carrot?
It's just a shredded carrots that I had glazed with an olive oil vinaigrette that I wanted to dress to have the salmon sit on top of the bed of carrots. So it's just some shredded carrots.
And it really does enhance the whole plate and enhance the whole sampling that we have here from Chef Sharon Lee.
Yes.
I would be inclined to say that if you went to a restaurant and got a meal like this, that this would cost you a pretty penny, because this is fantastic. This is really good. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it.
You're
It
so
is. It's
welcome.
wonderful.
You're so welcome.
And this is our tasting for sampling the fare of the spot for the catering business that Miss Sharon Lee has. And we want to have you join us. And this show is on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. And Sonny, why don't you tell us about your show?
Just briefly, the Domino Theory started out as a senior citizens and veterans club, and we have lost quite a few members over the years due to whatever reasons. But I decided to carry on, pardon me, with the show in the vein of community service, and we try as hard as possible, as much as possible, to have guests from the community. We try to cover events, Commonwealth Club, various venues, and we try very hard to stay away from nonsense. I don't knock anybody's views or anything like that, but I think a lot of stuff that you see on television these days, especially commercial television, falls under that category. So we try to be as factual as possible and deal with real-time issues, because I think our young people, especially these days, need to be informed as to what is really going on. And that's the Domino Theory.
Thank you so much for being our official taster.
No problem.
And we're going to go back now to Chef Lee. Do you wish for us to continue with the sampling?
Yes. So now we're going to our next sampling will be the pork chop with the ginger barbecue sauce.
I'm not giving up my salmon. Okay. I'll give it
Our
up.
official taster has said he's not giving up his salmon, but that's okay. We'll just continue with the plating of the barbecue. Let's see, is that the two sauces we're going to try, right?
Yeah, well, we actually have 3.
3. Oh,
So
okay,
we
good.
have another sauce that we can try. It's the lemon, dill, garlic, butter sauce that is absolutely phenomenal on the salmon.
Oh, good.
Very good
All
taste.
right. So we're going to go ahead and try the 3 barbecue sauces. And we're going to sample it over a, looks like a little pork chop or?
A little piece
Rib?
of a pork chop.
Yes, yes.
I noticed also, Sharon, that you don't have a lot of salt, and that's good.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you don't cook
No.
with it.
No.
Good.
For those of us with high blood pressure?
For those of us who
Yes.
don't want to get high blood pressure.
That's right. For those of us that want to stay healthy.
Right. I just found out recently that, and not by not paying attention to ingredients on boxes, but virtually everything that you buy in the store has salt already in it. It's already
Yes,
added.
it does.
Oh, yes.
So when
High
you go
sodium.
home and add more salt to it, it's just crazy.
And it's the same thing with sugar. Everything
Yeah.
has sugar in it.
Yeah.
And so we're going to
Thank
be
you, ma'am.
sampling the
These are pork chops. Just
pork chops.
Yeah. I can. Yeah. Very good.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and start the tasting with our official taster, Sonny.
Okay, let's see what we got here. I haven't eaten the pork chop since last night. I'm kidding. Very tender, and the sauce is very spicy, but it's really good. It's tangy, and it has that hickory smoked flavor to it. Very good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And how long does it take for you to make a sauce like this?
Well, I will start, like, say, a lot of my cooking creativity starts early in the mornings. So I might get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and start putting a sauce together. And I'll let it simmer and cook all day long.
Oh,
So say on the
did everybody
maximum
hear that?
anywhere from
All day long?
all day long. I let it just simmer and simmer and reduce to the point of where I like to see the consistency. So I will integrate at different times. I might put my grated onions in there or some garlic, my different little secrets that I have to make it, and I'll just build the sauce up over a period of time. Then I'll cut it down real, real low, and I'll let it reduce to the consistency that I like. And the flavor is actually there. And then I'll let it cool down, and I'll put it in the refrigerator and let it cool all the way.
Now, I have a question. Is this the sauce that you're going to market very soon?
The white barbecue sauce. That is my ginger barbecue sauce, yes.
Very
It's
good.
delicious.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I want to ask you
Very
about
good.
these tomatoes.
I roasted them,
They're roasted.
yes.
This is fantastic.
I roasted them.
Okay, good. This is the first. Yeah, this is very good. How many pounds come with this?
How many pounds coming?
You don't have
Oh.
to ask me.
Well, this isn't a diet show now, folks. Let's get one thing perfectly clear. As we hold these at least every few weeks tastings by Chef Sharon Lee,
That's good.
we want to make sure that everybody knows that she cooks for celebrations, weddings, baptismals, quinceañeras, bar mitzvahs, you name it. She can give you a very, very varied menu. And so, just so that you can share with us a little bit more about your upcoming program, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so I have also a plan that I have prepared for the children. I have a plan that I have prepared for the youth to actively be into the fundraising aspect of the program. So we'll start with our first fundraiser, which is next year. I'm looking at January for the Shaka Zulu Mardi Gras Ball. That is a red carpet event. Very fun, festive event. And we also have a beer, fish fry, and a garlic crab feed fundraiser that I created coming up in the spring of 2016. So I just want to share that with everybody. This is a way to get the uniforms. I am also starting a uniform program because the culinary field is, we do have to wear our uniforms, and it represents what we do and who we are. So that's what I want the youth to have their uniforms starting the program, and that all the children look alike and look the same, that some kids' parents can afford to buy them a little bit more expensive gear than other children, but when they look at each other, they'll all be looking the same.
That sounds wonderful. Could you tell us a little bit more about that word Mardi Gras I heard you say?
The Mardi Gras, I graduated and finished school in New Orleans working under the tutelage of a renowned chef by the name of John Besh. And my uncle at the time lived in New Orleans, and I had an opportunity to live with him. And we experienced, and I experienced, the Mardi Gras of dancing in the street and eating great food, having big fun. So I said to myself, that's something that I want to do, and I want to bring it as added to my program as far as a fundraiser. And I have started doing that. So just be on alert and aware of looking forward to the Shaka Zulu
looking forward to that.
Mardi Gras ball.
So does this mean that we all have to come in costume then, right?
You can come in costume. It's red carpet. You can come in the evening gown. You can come as you want to, dressed up in costume.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Yeah. You have a location set up for that you're going to do all this stuff?
I'm looking to do it in San Francisco. I do have a couple of places that I would like to have it at. They haven't cleared it for me too because it's still early in the year as far as going into the 2016 calendar. So I will keep everyone posted, but it is going to take place.
And if someone wanted to reach you, could you give us your email or your phone number, please?
Yes, my phone number is 415-517-2851. My email address is chefsdlee56@gmail.com.
And you also said you were on a new social media. What was that?
Oh, I'm on
There you
thumbtacks.com.
go.
I have a page on there with information and questions that you can read about me and my business, and also reviews are on there posted as well for the services that I have rendered.
And you may as well throw in a little bit about the joining the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, I have recently became a member of the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce, and I'm also a member of the Better Business Bureau.
And the Better Business Bureau, I happen to know, is actually a Bay Area business bureau because it covers Oakland and Northern California and San Francisco.
Yes. They also, the gentleman was so excited for me when I joined because they have 38 caterers and I made number 39. And he was very, very excited that I joined and that they were looking forward to using my services.
Fantastic. I think that's wonderful. You mentioned that you had joined the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce.
Yes.
I am especially proud of you for doing that because I think that women, especially and minorities, should become a part of that entity. I don't know what services they'll offer you, but I am glad that you took it upon yourself to become a part of that, and I hope that they will assist you in your efforts to promote your business and become successful. That's a very good move, I think.
And that's something that those of us that are in business, we have difficulty getting the word out, getting familiar with the social media process, and the associations that have been in this area for a very, very long time are sometimes hard to get into, to use the services. So we really have to be proactive to be able to utilize what they offer. Now, the Chamber of Commerce, I do know myself that they offer the ability to reach out to the other members. They have mailing lists that are available.
Oh, okay. I actually had a great conversation with the guy that is handling my account, and they have already signed me up to do a workshop for in regards to learning more about running a successful business. So that is going to take place as June 11th, and then I have an orientation coming up where I'll be able to meet other new members that are part of the Chambers of Commerce of San Francisco.
Very good. I also am in the process of becoming a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and I will be there with you. So, with that said, we encourage minorities, especially startups, you guys that are just getting started in business, look into it. You don't have to join it, but I think that if you sit back and from the outside and comment on what's going on the inside and not become a part of what's going on the inside to make a change, we have difficulty. So what this young lady has done, I think deserves a lot of credit, and I wish that more of us would take that process further and join, not necessarily the Chamber of Commerce, but become more proactive in groups in the community.
So with that, we want to thank Chef Sharon Lee for joining us and for bringing the very first tasting program for the Paula Fiscal Show. And once again, if you want to catch this show, we are on Sundays at 3 o'clock p.m. on Channel 29, paulafiscalshow@gmail.com. If you'd like to email me with a good topic for the show. And I want to thank my official taster for today, Sonny Francis.
No problem. It's been a pleasure to be here. I just wondered if you could maybe raise that up so people could take a good look at that salmon. Is there any way to do that?
There it is.
That is really fantastic stuff, folks. So I got a meal for the rest of the week, and thank you.
And that's what you're thinking. Okay, we can go ahead and give the notice to the rest of the studio audience waiting to get in. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Thank you, Paula.
Thank you.
Man, this is good.